last week on the Rhodes.
But for this year, I was in Las Vegas. I stayed home. I was surrounded by so many friends, did some challenges. I told y'all about one challenge. Well, when I was at the bar, I did a guzzle challenge. I guzzled two.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of On the Roads. This is Donovan. Was supposed to have a episode out last week, but man, when I got back from New Jersey, I got sick. Man, it's just a cold. A couple people in Vegas out here, a couple of my friends have it too. But yeah, tore me up for a little bit. Got a little lazy. I was just doing more research than recording. So here we go. My New Jersey trip. Went back to New Jersey for my best friend's birthday. Happy birthday. Had a good time. It was a cowboy theme. We had a lot of fun. I didn't even get to really drink at her party because we had so many different things to do as far as getting the party set up and making sure everything was okay at the venue. Nonetheless, I had a good time anyway. Also, it was my mom's birthday. My sister didn't even know I was coming to New Jersey. I didn't tell a lot of people I was coming. Get to Jersey. I find out that my sister changed my mom's birthday party. Well, kind of like, we get together, go to the house, sing happy birthday. My sister and her husband cooking food and all that good stuff. She changes it. My other sister, she's all pissed off. I'm not coming. I don't understand why you're changing it. Thank God she changed it because I was in New Jersey. Me and my daughter, we go over and everybody's there. My nieces, my nephews, my sisters, my mom's best friend throughout the years. So there was a lot of people there. Sang happy birthday, had a good time, a lot of fun. Thanks, New Jersey. I came back with a smile on my face and a cold that kicked my ass. But nonetheless, very good time. Going through the airport, I don't know if you guys heard, but TSA has some new rules. Well, you don't have to take your shoes off now unless you go through the detector and the alarm goes off. They'll ask you to take your shoes off. But other than that, you keep your shoes on. I hear another rumor that they're going to relax the fluid because they're only supposed to bring a certain amount of fluid when you get on the flight in your bag. But I heard that they're about to relax that as well. I have TSA pre-check, so I don't have to take my belt off or anything. Just put my backpack in, boom, go right through TSA. I'm good. Don't know if TSA if they're going to be around any longer. Maybe a couple of years or so. So the way we know about flying may change. I got searched when I went through. I had a Golden's Night jersey on, so they just searched out for painless, quick. Thanks, TSA. The new stickers are out. I got some new stickers. If I see you, run into you, I'll send you some, whatever the case may be. But I got some new stickers as well. I'm in the process of trying to get some guests lined up. Did a little politicking when I went out last weekend, handed out some stickers, let everybody know that there is a podcast where they can, because it doesn't have to be just about traveling. We can talk about other things. So I'm going to have a couple of guests on, some local entertainment, owners of local businesses, some things like that, just to get you familiar with what's going on out here in Las Vegas when you're not traveling. One of my friends that I did security in the bar because I work for Pawn Stars. I've worked for them for like 5 or 6 years. Took off so I could travel the nation. At some point, I want to go back and work security, but part of my security services, we would go across to the bar restaurant that they have, Rick's Rollin' Smoke, as a matter of fact, is the name of it. And I'd go over there and make sure that the bartenders were cool, help them close the bar, do what we have to do at the end of the night, and then make sure they get home safely, get to their cars. But one of my friends there, she bartends, and last week was her last day because her and her boyfriend are getting ready to hit the road. They have an awesome rig. They have this big green rig, beautiful thing. They're gonna go and they have a loop that they made up, and they're gonna go do some camping. We're gonna try to get them on before they push off. If we don't get them on by then, they'll probably be somewhere camping, and we'll get to talk to them. So I'm excited for them. Few of my friends that I went to school with are out there and RVing. One person I went to school with, she and her husband are just in the RV having the time of their life, stopping, no rules. They got 2 years to just go ahead and do whatever they want to do. So they're out there having fun. I love it. I love that people are out there enjoying the nation, going to see national parks, and doing it with no rules or restrictions, doing it on their time. You have to do it. Even if you're itinerary oriented, go out there, have some fun, camp if that's what you're into, hike, go see stuff, fish, bird watch, observe wildlife, whatever you want to do. Do it. Do it while you can. Don't not do it and sit around and think about the things that you could have done. So go out there and knock it out. While you're traveling, this is what I did. I found out that they have what they call a passport to national parks. Every national park that you go to, pretty much for the most part, has a visitor center. And when you get to the visitor center, they have park rangers that can talk to you about what your intentions are at the national park, whether you're doing a half-day trip, a day, a few days, or a week. Go talk to them. They'll you get one of these pamphlets. You either get it when you come inside the national park, or you go to the visitor center. It has all kinds of information. What kind of animals are in the park? What kind of hikes you can do? This is a map of this is from Congaree, which is in South Carolina. But they'll pull out the map and they'll help you plan your hike. They'll help you plan if you're going kayaking, if you're going fishing, if you're going camping. They know so much about the parks. So definitely go. I bought this passport. This is what it looks like. It's passport for national parks. So when you get to the visitor center, you can get your down the bottom there. I'll show you down here. Down the bottom here, see, you can get a stamp. You go get your stamp, and usually either right next to where you get your stamp or not too far away, there's stickers, and there's a sticker. It's a good way to keep track of what national parks you've been to, and it's fun because you're going there to get the stamp and you got to get your stickers. When I went to South Dakota with my friends, they reminded me, let's go and get your passport stamp. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So I got my passport stamp, got stickers. So you got to do it. It makes your trip that much more fun. Just a little national park news over this way. From some of the people that I watch on social media were talking about Crater Lake National Park. Crater Lake National Park, I believe they have the deepest lake in the United States. I know it's the ninth deepest in the world. So at Crater Lake, it was made by a volcano. This is the only lake in the United States that is not fed by a river or any outside water source. Basically, this lake is fed by snow runoff and they said, yeah, snow runoff and rain. Water is crystal clear. Because it's not fed from an outside source, there's no bacteria or algae to hinder the color of the water. It's crystal clear. They have one path that you can walk down, and I didn't know this. I thought that you couldn't access it, but they have one trail that you can walk down, and you can catch a boat. And they have an island that you can call a mountain because only certain part of it is exposed. You can catch the boat over, and you can go for a hike, hang out on this island, and then come back when you're ready. Or you could just walk down by the banks of the lake. You could fish, you could swim, you can hang out and check it out. They're going to close it because they're about to redo it. and they said it's going to take between 2 to 3 summers. They're hoping they can do it in 2 summers. So if you have Crater Lake on your list and you want to hit that trail, try to do it as soon as you can because eventually it's going to be closed when you get there. Not even taken away from the park. You're still going to see a beautiful park. And once you get up in the elevation, you're just driving around that crater and there's no bad view because the lake is just absolutely amazing. I had a little bit of cloud cover, a little smoke because there was a wildfire. A few months ago, it was wildfire season. So some lightning hit some things and it's been dry over the last few years. So there has been some fires out there, but absolutely gorgeous. I drove through a wildfire. When I'm at Crater Lake, I'm looking around and I can see out in the distance, I see these fires going. When I leave Crater Lake, I put my next destination in GPS and it's taking me near these fires. And I'm looking around saying, should I be going this way? Because I don't see a lot of cars. Eventually, I saw some cars coming past me going the other way. And a couple of cars caught up to me. I said, okay, I'm going to keep going. We'll just keep going. We get to a certain point and you can see the smoke. They have pilot cars. It was a pickup truck, but it was a pilot car and it had a sign on it, follow me. You get behind a car or pickup, and when there's enough traffic, they take you and you drive right through it. And this way, half football field, this way, about a football field away, you can see shit burning. You can see fire. And they drive you through, make sure you get through safely. But like I said, Crater Lake, go check it out. Grand Canyon North, I believe the fire, I don't know if it's out or not, but North Rim of the Grand Canyon is closed. Only 10 to 12% of the people that go to the South Rim of the Grand Canyon actually make it to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. Equally as beautiful, more scenic, beautiful views. I went and I camped there a couple years ago. Had the time of my life. If you stand on the North Rim, you can look across and see the South Rim. And I believe it's 10 miles. If you hike it, if you do the rim to rim hike, I think it comes out to about 18 to 20-mile hike. But if you drive from the north to the south rim, it takes you 4 hours to get to, even though you can see it just 10 miles across. You drive it, it's 4 hours. But they had a wildfire. They had this, when you got to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, they had this beautiful hotel, just simply amazing. You could walk out and sit on this patio and you're right there at the rim. And guests were allowed to do that because so many people was trying to go out there and sit, so it restricted it to guests. But you could, beautiful big windows. They had log cabins out there. You can, camp or spend the night in the log cabins, and then not too far away from the rim, they had a campsite where I camped at. You could walk from your campsite right to the rim and see the sunset or see the sunrise. Well, I think it was 60 buildings or more were destroyed, including the hotel. Everything was destroyed. Heartbreaking because that place was so beautiful. Don't know the status of it right now. Haven't heard much about the fires anymore. Hopefully it'll be open next year and I'm going to go out there and see if I can camp so I can see how much damage is out there. Apparently, if you were at the South Rim, you could look over there and see smoke. They said it's probably one of the biggest fires as far as forest fires in Arizona history. It was a really big fire, all caused by a lightning strike. I tell you what, with this drought and everything, the potential for destruction is elevated because if you get that lightning strike, next thing you know, there's a fire and it spreads because it's so dry. That's why they have so many restrictions as far as when you go out there, what you can and cannot do. Sometimes you can't even though they have fire rings, they won't even let you build a fire in certain places, even in the fire rings. You have to bring your propane stove because you can't use the grill. It's become that dry in some of the national parks. But get out there and check these places out. Even though some of the fires destroy a little bit of the forest, with death comes new life. When these trees, they say that sometimes when these trees burn, it actually nourishes the earth for new growth. When I was in Crater Lake and I was driving around, you could see some new growth going. You were able to look out there and see, there was a fire. And there was some trees that were destroyed, but then you could see stuff growing back. Yeah. So sorry for the delay for the new episode. I figured I'd come on and get you guys up to speed about what's going on. I'm still here in Las Vegas. I'm going back to New Jersey in a couple of weeks for a friend's 40th birthday. I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm just there for a good time, not a long time. I'm gonna hit the ground running on Friday morning. I land, going to get it in on Friday, hang out with some friends on Saturday, see some family on Saturday. My friend's party is on Sunday. I'm going Monday. So I'm letting you know now, if you're watching the cast and you're from Jersey, I'm coming to Jersey. Let's do it. Let's get it in, because I don't know when I'll be back in New Jersey after that. I only average once a year going to New Jersey to see my family unless something comes up. And unfortunately, I had to go a lot this year, more than I wanted to, for reasons that I didn't want to go, but had to. So after this trip in September, y'all need to come to Vegas, really. Some of my friends, y'all know who you are. You need to come out here so I can show you a little bit of Vegas. And be prepared if you come out here, because I'm going to make sure you have fun. All right, guys, this has been On the Rhodes, and I'm Donovan. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.